Welcome everyone to my reaction to Hunter x Hunter Volume 34. As you see behind me, we got a ton of notes here because you know what, writing notes in a notebook is just not going to cut it out anymore. What you see here is a whole lineup of things, characters, legends to understand this, a Gyro quote because look, I'm predicting that Gyro's going to show up saying this quote before we get a name to the character. So I'm like, I need to pay attention to this quote. We have character goals, right? Kurapika wants to get the remaining Crimson Eyes from Terry over here, whose mother is named Unma. Okay, we got bodyguards who are also attempting to try and get some of the princes that maybe know more about Terry over here. If we look over here at the Dark Continent, we got a whole bunch of things. First off, let's take a look at this volume cover and look who it is. It's Chrollo and Hisoka. Are they finally going to be coming back into the Succession arc? Right? We have not... The only moment we got between Chrollo and Hisoka in the Chimera Ant arc was a single page of Hisoka with Abe walking up to Chrollo. That was it. That's all we got. And then we saw Hisoka show up during the Chairman election arc. And that's about it. Nothing else. Okay, to be fair, I'm still saying that the mummy in here, there's a guy wrapped up in bandages during the Chairman election arc, and I'm like, this has to be a Phantom Troop guy. It's gotta be. Okay, no, it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm talking too much. Chapter 351, Battle to the Death. Ladies and gentlemen, the opponent, wait a minute. I was like, why do I recognize this tower? Because it's Heaven's Arena. We are back, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, the opponent of the elusive Grim Reaper has picked for the Floor Master battle. Here for his first match as Floor Master, his name is... drumroll. It's already happened. And we're doing it legally? We're doing it legally here? Okay, Chrollo Lucifer versus Hisoka Maro. Here we go. We have been waiting for this. I can't believe, like, I'll be honest, sometimes Togashi just draws volume covers and that character just doesn't appear. Okay, very rare though. I will say it's very rare. This one is true. Okay, Togashi was like, oh yeah, remember that plot line? Let's go ahead and add it to the freaking list back here. Okay, all right, staring down each other. Finally, my dream is realized. I've waited this long. I don't want a friendly sparring match. I know. Being pursued has become annoying. Okay, hold on. He's like, I don't want a friendly sparring match, but we decided on going to Heaven's Arena for this battle? This will be a battle to the death. Okay, oh, Hisoka's excited. When was this, okay? Did like Illumi call up like, hey, I know you're chasing Chrollo, but like, can you just look, my bro is doing something weird. If things go wrong, it might kill us both. And Hisoka's like, but I gotta fight. How much? I got a week to our battle. Be right back. You know, like what is going on here? Okay. Wow, Floor Master Chrollo proposes a battle to the death, and Hisoka consents. Mortal Kombat it is. Okay, okay, you could just, okay. I guess, yeah, if they both consent, I guess it's okay for Heaven's Arena allows it. Only one will survive. Victory is won through the other's death. The use of weapons is allowed. For your pride and honor, let's fight! Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Both auras are flaring up. Chrollo pulls out the book, pulls out a ring with like wings on it. Hisoka pauses for a second, maybe a bit weirded out by what's happening. Okay. He punches. Oh, he has Stall's ability. So he punches the guy. I see the cell phone appear. Black Voice Mobile Fate Director. And then we get to this very cute thing. He let me hanging after the exorcism in order to gather his cards. Oh, bro is so smart. Also, I am digging. Togashi was like, how do we make Chrollo hotter? And then Togashi was like, bam, here it is. I love his like his facial design is a lot different. Interesting. So Chrollo was like, I'm not gonna fight you, Hisoka, just yet. I'm gonna make sure I get enough abilities that can actually be good against you. That is so smart. All right, pulls out another antenna. The judge, he's attacking Hisoka together with Chrollo. I like that the announcer is just like, that's weird. All right, battle, keep going. He has planned to pin me with the judge and stab me with the antenna. And then Hisoka kicks the judge, and we see right underneath the judge, Chrollo comes out trying to attack him. My leg, here he comes. Chrollo goes, strikes Hisoka's. No. He goes to strike Hisoka's leg. Hisoka quickly pulls his leg to the ground. He maybe like hits, like, it looks like Chrollo maybe hits his knee, but that's about it. A feint. Hisoka falls back, has a little shocked expression on him, and then Chrollo, I didn't know your game. I didn't know you were from the JoJo universe. He just starts like smashing Hisoka. Hisoka kind of dodging it. Like, no, he is not dodging it. He is blocking it. I don't even know if this is blocking at this point. He is in fetal position, making sure his vital points aren't being hit. The advantage of being a manipulator, that's its game. Over once your conditions are fulfilled, he only has one phone. So can he manipulate one person or two at once? It could be possible to send commands through a group text. That's so, I didn't even think about how to send, I didn't even think about that. If you have multiple antennas, that you just group text everyone. Stop! A savage is stopping! Pull out the antenna or kill the judge, and the control probably ends. But if he can only control one person, that's what Chrollo's waiting for. Okay. Bungee gum elastic love. We see the bungee gum attached to the judge behind him. Contract at max speed. We see the judge being flinged towards Chrollo. Chrollo doesn't know it yet. Then we see he does know it towards the end. Chrollo immediately dodges out of the way. Hisoka gets out from underneath. The judge still speeds right towards Chrollo, waiting for his opportunity with the judge as his shield. It's the best strategy whether he controls one or multiple targets. He showed me he could instantly kill on purpose to make me always vigilant of the antenna, to wear me out. He's basically declaring a drawn-out battle. I'm so happy, Chrollo. Oh my god. You make me feel so good. And immediately... Okay, he's like at the chest of the judge, and then it looks like a blast of blood. Okay, so blood is bursting from it. Could be bad. Bungee. What? Magnets. How the hell is this working? Okay, so it looks like he has magnetic hands, right? Because of plus the minus, but it's sun and moon. He is, the judge is like kind of contorting in some way. and Hisoka immediately dodges out. The sun and moon paired destruction. Oh, you're right. Hisoka's like, but where's the book? We do not see Chrollo holding the book at all. As you can see, it uses both hands. The mark of the sun of impressed, with the left hand of the moon with the right. When the marks touch each other, they explode. I just marked the judge's left hand and back hand and back. And that's why hand was behind the back. I gotcha. The marks themselves can be made in an instant, but for maximum effect, I need to touch the target for 3 to 5 seconds. An instant mark will result in that small blast, but a complete bomb can blow nearby people to smithereens. I gained this ability back home in Meteor City. Wait a minute! I also just realized. I mean, it makes sense. But Stahl gave up his ability for Chrollo. Because they lose the ability. Wow. Oh, man. So then we need... Okay. So if he uses any of the other Phantom Troops abilities, we know that they just lost that ability. Interesting. Wow. I mean, if it's a book... Oh... I don't know if I have anything on it. I think it has been established that you could give the ability back. It's only permanent as long as it's in the book. So I'm sure Chrollo can release it. I think. We'll see. Oh yeah, because if Chrollo dies, I believe all the Nen abilities are released. I think they have established something along those lines. Okay, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, let's keep going. Hisoka jumps down. You're so kind. Are you being condescending? Or are you really expecting me to just bend over? I won't take another draw step. I'll play with my hand face up. Style is important in a game, right? More than the outcome. Won't you be more insistent on winning? Don't be such a turnoff. Of course I plan to win. But what about yourself? Interesting. Because yeah, Hisoka's playing with them. Think carefully before you call after seeing my hand. Double face bookmark theme. Like I just demonstrated by using a bookmark, I can maintain that page's ability even after closing the book. Whoa, I can use it concurrently with another ability on another page. As long as you can fight comfortably, a battle is a dance. We must move to each other's beat. That is such a cool ability. Oh, he can bookmark. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. I misread it. I thought it meant double bookmark. It is a single bookmark. So it's bookmark ability and then open page ability. I was thinking about 2 bookmarks and then an open book page. No. It's just open book ability and bookmarked ability. Cool. I like that Hisoka's asking. Hisoka's like, can I nitpick? The bookmark's ability on the bookmark page and the ability on the open page. Wouldn't that make it triple? I don't want to say it. I don't want to say that me and Hisoka just share the same brain cell. We both misinterpreted his ability. I just read it. I just read the ability. In that case, the book itself would make it quadruple. The bookmark comes with the book. It's my own ability and not stolen. So it's basically an ability to use 2 stolen abilities at once. I only have 1 bookmark, by the way. Okay, I'm so lost with the math now. Being able to make a combo of 2 abilities is powerful, yeah. But the true advantage of the bookmark is not having to hold the book. True. Skilled hunters require me to hold the book with my right hand, and when I conceive it, but when I stole an ability that requires both hands, I was forced to make some adjustments. Now I have more annoying conditions to deal with, but I find that my combat efficiency has vastly improved. Togashi's cooking. Man, I love that. Of just like, I decided to add more restrictions to just allow me to bookmark, so I don't have to hold the book all the time. That is so cool. I can use one ability with both hands free. Isn't this wonderful? With that in mind, I'll show you 3 more abilities. And then Hisoka's like, yes, wonderful and annoying. You're setting a new record for the number of abilities it has ever taken me to kill someone. You should be proud. Oh, and we have a sick drawing of Hisoka for the end of chapter 351. Oh, I love this. Claw says you can always kill in the Heavens Arena. Remember Castro? He died. Yeah, I don't know where I got them. The non-lethal kills. They told me he was up in a farm upstate or something. I think he's fine. Trev says, make your prediction now. Who is winning this? Okay. Part of me is like, I'm hoping for it to be Chrollo. But at the same time, and I hate that I'm doing this, but like if we think about meta-wise of the whole story, Hisoka and Gon have yet to meet for an actual fight. That being said, does Hisoka know that Gon lost his ability? Right? Because much like Chrollo, Hisoka was like, oh, you lost your Nen? I'm good. I'm out. See you later, right? And it wasn't until he realized that, oh, we can get his abilities back that he got excited again. So maybe this might be a similar thing where Hisoka was just like, Gon lost his Nen? I'm not interested. You know, like I'm so curious. So that's the only thing that's keeping me from saying that like Chrollo definitively wins, is because like we need the Gon and Hisoka fight. Will Togashi even do like will he just make both people not die, right? Chrollo might be in it for killing, but Hisoka can get bored sometime in the battle. I hope that I will say this. I hope that we do get some form of like drastic change. Something crazy has happened. I can't have it like, all right, well, let's bygone be bygones. It's no longer a battle of the death. So we'll see. Let's continue reading chapter 352 called Troublesome. Chrollo starts off, all abilities have strengths and weaknesses. People compensate by getting creative. They may keep their abilities secrets or pick their battles carefully and fight as a team, for example. In addition, I can accrue more abilities as I need them. And then I wait until the conditions for a sure victory can be met. Okay, that's more of like Chrollo's here to fight to the death. Hisoka, just a little pose. That's pretty standard. My greatest pleasure comes from such people crumble to their knees, and I look down upon their disbelieving faces as their plans fail. Back to abilities. I don't care. Back to abilities. Order stamp proof of humanity. Okay, Saul's black voice manipulates humans. This one manipulates puppets. The cell phone can override people's autonomy, but only 2 people at a time. The stamp can manipulate many, but can't give complex commands. So the phone is for the finish, but humans and puppets can't be controlled together. Is there another plan? Hisoka's kind of thinking to himself. And then he's pulling out a bookmark. The bookmark keeps it in place. You've seen this one before. And he's just like posing next to this dead judge. Gallery fake. Divine left hand, demonic right hand. Oh my god. Okay, that's another Phantom Troop member. Ability taken. Korotopi, I think is their name. Oh my god. So once here, if we're gonna be pulling out Phantom Troop names, let me get my Phantom Troop pictures out here. I have Korotopi somewhere. Okay, actually, here's the list of ranking arm wrestling rankings. So yeah, Korotopi at the very bottom, and he got Stall towards at number 10. We'll see if he's gotten any of the stronger characters yet. Okay, this is exciting. This is exciting. All right, so he creates a clone of the judge, and now he can control the puppet as well as the human. Humans are strange creatures. To me, a corpse and a puppet are similar inanimate objects, but not to the former owner of the stamp. A corpse cannot be controlled, but its copy can. Interesting. Interesting. So the abilities that he's copying or that he's stealing are still written in a way that is designed for the original owner. That's fascinating. Okay. Get up. And then the puppet gets up. For the former owner, the difference between a puppet and one that has ceased to be one is whether the head is connected to the torso. Break Hisoka. The puppet goes straight for Hisoka. How it accepts commands depends on the puppet too. If you order a puppet created by copying a human to kill someone, it reflects its original personality. It may focus on inefficient methods or assume the deed is done before the target is truly dead. In the worst cases, some puppets outright ignore the order. The order. I don't know why I said it that way. But change the command to break, and they all to get to work on severing the head. Making the ability yours while exploring the darkness within the soul of the original owner. That's the true pleasure of a skilled hunter. That is frightening. And we have immediately Hisoka goes in for the next snap, seemingly tries to pop it off. Yep, the head pops off. Correct. Sever the head and the puppet stops. The stamp disappears. But I haven't deactivated Gallery Fake, so the puppet remains. When the copy vanishes, you may conclude that Gallery Fake has been deactivated. And then Hisoka's like, and the last one? And we see the head and the body of the puppet flaring up with aura. Uh-oh. And here we have it. Up, down arrows and up arrows. This, I can use my left hand while holding the book, but I use the bookmark when I want to use my right. The ability remains in effect so long as I hold the book open, even if I remove the bookmark. Convert hands, transfer student. What? Touch my right hand and the target takes my form. Touch my left hand and I take on the form of the target. Touch with both hands and we instantly switch forms. Only the appearance changes, the personality does not switch. Okay, so appearance only, so not abilities. Could Gallery Fake create a copy of him with the marks? No. Place the bookmark with the marks remaining. Activate Gallery Fake, the book gets in the way. Gallery Fake and Convert hands can create human copies, but you need a manipulating ability to control them. The abilities are similar, but they both have distinct roles. All to defeat you. So, that's it for the lecture, right? Time to get this started. One more thing. Sorry. The lecture ain't over here, okay? I'll offer you the most important bit of information. The ability in my book vanish, never to be used again, when the person I stole from dies. But one of the abilities I just explained is an ability that remains in the book even after death. Interesting. It's got to be a curse then. It has to be a curse, right? The only thing that survives after user death, at least that we know so far, is a curse. And then Hisoka, not happy about it. Nen that becomes stronger after death. Looks like you get it. This came as a surprise to me too. The original owner was Meteor City's elder. Look, I don't get it. So we're reading this, okay? The original owner was Meteor City's elder. When someone in the outside world attacked one of the residents, he turned one of our brethren into a bomb to deliver our message. We did learn about this story. Okay. Unlike Order Stamp's owner, the elder thought there wasn't much difference between humans and puppets. I tend to agree. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yes, the sun and the moon, once marked, cannot be removed. Oh, did we mark Hisoka yet? Exactly. Whether I close the book or put it away, they remain until the bomb goes off. And then Hisoka's like, this is getting extremely troublesome. That's the end of the explanation. I'm not saying this as a challenge, but I'll win. I'm 100% sure. Will you continue? Of course. Interesting. Chrollo's giving him an out. Okay. I don't even know who I said would win. I said that I said that I would want Chrollo to win, but I felt like Hisoka would win because of reasons that are outside of our control, which is the story between Hisoka and Gon have not yet concluded. Humans are very interesting. Okay, I thought this was going to be double page spread, but goddamn, Togashi is cooking with this art. Also, very interesting that Chrollo speaks in the third person when referring to humans and people. Interesting. All right, the bookmark. Okay, Hisoka notices that he's pulling out the bookmark here. Hisoka goes straight for Chrollo. Chrollo jumps out of the way. Black voice, mobile fate detector. Okay, or sorry, director. And then bungee gum elastic love. Here we go. The battle resumes, but Hisoka goes chasing after Chrollo into the stands. What is going on? Oh no. Is he just gonna start like antennaing random people? Yep, there it is. If I get too close to the antenna, it's dangerous, but if I stay away, I play into Chrollo's hands. But if I get closer and then immediately we see this big guy show up, he has been antennaed. I knew it. He'll try to block my sight. Chrollo went left. And then immediately just breaks this dude's arms. And then out from behind the dude, the second antenna guy shows up. Another one. He used both antennas. Breaks the other guy's arms. I love that. That because of his ability, all the puppets are having the sun and moon hands. So he's like, I gotta make sure none of you are gonna touch me. Or actually, no. Well, hold on. He explains it. He explains it here. Okay, quite troublesome. Goes from black voice, bookmark, activate, convert hands, transforms into someone else with his left hand, moves the bookmark to convert hands, closes book, and lies in wait. So essentially, he's like, I don't know if you're Chrollo or not, so I'm just gonna break your arms just in case. That is what he's afraid of the transformation. Okay. Oh, dude, another incredible artwork, dude. Awesome. The end of chapter 352. We are in chapter 353 called Cold Blooded. Everyone in the stands are now running. They're scared. The antennas are gone. I thought Shaw's antenna were real objects. He must have reeled them in with a fishing line or something. Please, people, do not panic. It's dangerous to rush the exits all at once. He's looking around. Hold on. I was gonna say, oh, look, are these twins? Or is this Chrollo? And then you look at the full panel, there's like 2 set of twins. And as Hisoka is looking around, he sees a bunch of twins, a bunch of people who look alike. Gallery fake is activated. The convert hands must be deactivated. Oh, wait a minute. No. He's puppeting everyone. Never mind. These aren't twins. He is just going through and puppeting all the audience members. Oh, he's such a troll. He must have taken someone else's clothes first to disguise himself. Where is he? Hisoka's looking around, and then we see a horde of audience members heading straight for Hisoka. What's going on? The audience members are attacking Hisoka! And they all have the symbols. And then here we have the breakdown. I love this breakdown. Open book to gallery fake, bookmark, create a crowd of copies, activate order stamp, command them to break Hisoka. Everyone in the audience here knows who I am. And that's why it's a very simple command. Ugh. And that is why he went to Heaven's Arena. Oh my god, Chrollo, you mastermind. That was like the weirdest thing. I was like, why are they doing this in Heaven's Arena? Now it makes sense. It makes sense now. Wow. Okay, he's planned this entire fight out. About 30 puppets that won't stop until they're beheaded. At Chrollo's speed, he might even make more. There must be more puppets than have been given commands yet. I should bide my time until there are fewer people running about. And so instead of killing everyone, Hisoka bungees to the top of the ceiling. Whoa, Hisoka jumped high to avoid them! And then immediately we get a panel where they have all jumped after Hisoka. Hisoka being very shocked about this. Wow. They just created a pyramid. Oh my god. This is going to be one day when this gets animated. This is going to be such an insane animation of just people climbing up each other for this. And we have about 2 people are able to grab a hold of Hisoka. Oh my god. And from right behind him, Chrollo appears and smacks Hisoka. Oh my god. Oh my, did it work? We hear a bunch of Hisoka is stunned. He was going for my left flank. How could he modify his attack angle from there? Hisoka flying to the ground. Oh my god. He made Hisoka come. That's just what happened. I can't look. This is just a part of the story. I can't we can't mince words here. That's just what happened in the story. In a state of ecstasy, Hisoka is lying on the floor, smiling, happy. He gets up and then starts striking all the puppets. But the puppets won't stop, so they're now grabbing a hold of him. They won't stop until completely decapitated. With 0 emotions, they're more troublesome than regular attackers. And immediately, once again, Chrollo from behind strikes Hisoka again. He's waiting for guaranteed hits, coming in for a strike, then springing away trying to land mortal blows. And he's forcing me into these puppets. into the throng of puppets, so cold and calculating. I forgot to do my Hisoka voice. He won't be able to create new puppets while he's controlling the current crop. I'll have to decrease their numbers one by one, and then it just Hisoka's just like decapitating a bunch of people. Actually, no, they're puppets. So it's okay. It's okay. They're puppets. So he's decapitating a bunch of puppets. They're still grabbing a hold of him. This is crazy. Adding the extra step means falling further behind. Regrouping will eventually become necessary, right? And that's when a strike comes. And then Crow's like, I got you! Bam! Kicks him right in the side. Oh, this is a face we have never seen from Hisoka. Spitting out. Ugh. Getting hit so hard. Okay. Hisoka once again goes back to decapitating. This time, he left an opening. He sees where Chrollo is coming from. As he's decapitating, Chrollo appears right above him. He knows what I'll do next. So, Hisoka, activate Bungee Gum. Oh my god. This is good. This is good. All right. So Bungee Gumming the puppet head, probably springing it right at Chrollo. No way. What? He is on another level. Immediately dodges out of the way and just steps on Hisoka's head. And then Hisoka's like, I know. So happy to just be absolutely brutally kicked. The art is looking so beautiful too. Wow. And then we have this cute picture of Togashi saying, bowling, huh? Oh my god. Incredible. We are in chapter 354. An adult male head weighs about 7 to 8 kilograms. Where is this going? About as much as or heavier than a male professional bowler's regulation bowling ball. I can't believe Togashi going bowling, huh? Interesting. And now we're getting some bowling facts here. A second head secured and launched by my gum. Caught by the gummy aura from my left leg to attack from his blind spot. And then, oh, okay, so, all right, that's what he was waiting for. So he was expecting. That's why he said, I know, because he was going to get hit. He knew he was going to get hit, but that left an opening for his bungee gum to strike Chrollo with basically a bowling ball. And Chrollo slides out. Wow, you still won't let go. And then Hisoka succeeds in striking back. He's drawn blood from Chrollo. The crowd in chaos. The judge is dead. What a mess. And then more puppets are coming straight for Hisoka. And then Hisoka. All right. And then he goes in for the strike. Strikes everyone. Oh, we see Chrollo ain't having it. He is coughing. He struck a vital organ. I mean, it's a bowling ball that struck your side, man. He is severely wounded. And then he bungee gums the bowling ball. Chrollo dodged out of the way. He's got away into the crowd again. And then Chrollo just disappears into the crowd. And then we just have just smacking everyone with bowling ball heads. If I annihilate these guys, he won't need to maintain the stamp. Then he'll go back to making copies with the bookmark gallery fake. the worst kind of loop. Also, very love this. We are having a skull and crossbones. This happened in the previous one here as well. So now it's like Hisoka's not having it anymore. Not at all. 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And we just see a bunch of guys with their hands cut off. As long as this one exists and the stamp remains, Chrollo's actions will be limited. Okay, so he's kept one alive and cut off both arms. His next best move is 1. Keep stamp activated and give a new command to the waiting puppets, or deactivate the stamp and make more copy puppets with gallery fake, and then activate the stamp and issue new commands or change his appearance using convert hands with his left hand. Option 1 is possible. I haven't been crippled yet. There may be many as 50 more puppets remaining. It's likely Chrollo will continue to use the same strategy to wear me down until his victory is certain. Option 2 is just as likely. The bigger the army, the better, and he can slip into the crowd after B and take someone's clothes to make a new disguise. The stamp is gone. Option 2 it is. Alright. If the bookmark is holding gallery fake while he hides, he doesn't have to hold the book, but the audience knows what he looks like, and now they'll panic on sight, so making copies carries a risk. But I don't want him to shut off the copies and move to plan B. Convert hands. It will be difficult to spot Chrollo in this chaos when he looks like someone else. I must find him first. Where is he? If he makes copies while on the move, then he's bound to go where he has already made copies on standby. Looks over to, like, basically when they were running up the audience members, and then we see Chrollo in the crowd, disappears. Oh, and Hisoka chases right after him. That way he can produce more copies and also stamp the previous puppets. And there he goes, right after him, throws the bowling ball head, knocks a bunch of other people. People are running away. Chrollo still continues to run. If the page Chrollo has open in his pocket isn't order, stamp, or convert hands but black voice, that means he's holding the cell phone and the antenna concealed in his left hand. I have to keep my distance, but if I'm right, Chrollo can only block with his body. Hardly a situation he desires. Did my counterattack screw up his plans? There's no holding back. Chrollo immediately dodges out of the way. It looks like his leg gets hit though. Yes, that way. All right. Bungee shrink. Release gum from the floor. And then sending everyone back at Chrollo. Okay, stick the bungee gum on the backs of people fleeing and the floor. And my human bullets will do the work to store their own potential energy. And so yeah, as people running away from the crowd, they are flung right back at Chrollo. Chrollo gets hit. And then the bowling ball comes right back at Chrollo. He dodged out of the way. Whoa, he missed. Hisoka lost the golden opportunity. No, I only put aside what I no longer need. It was already on there when I sent the audience flying. We see bungee gum attached to Chrollo. No, it's impossible. Win. Shrink. Chrollo is sent flying towards Hisoka, and Hisoka wails him in the back with the bowling ball. Oh no. That's like paralyzation central. Chrollo is flung. He was flung up and then immediately slammed down to the ground. Thank God, thank God, thank God. It's not him. He made a copy of himself with the right hand, convert hands, and manipulated him with the bookmark on convert hands. In conjunction with black voice. But then, why is this here? The sun and moon. A fake out? Oh, this is so good. I was so worried. The real trouble is not that a mark placed on me would be permanent until it explodes, but that a marked puppet won't vanish. I love this look on Hisoka where he is just like, this man just outsmarted me. Oh my god, we got more Togashi with bowling. My yearly average used to be 190. I remember I used to aim for a Brooklyn on purpose when I had too many 10 pins left. In single lane, I don't think I'd hit a 170 in double lane. And we go, he's like, yeah! 2 out of 3, dude. So freaking good. We are just diving right in. We are diving right in. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god. I can't believe we are so lucky to get this. Chapter 355, Detonation. The sun and moon pair destruction. As you can see, it uses both hands. When I stole an ability that required both hands, I was forced to make some adjustments. He hasn't lied per se. The explanation got me to assume that, like Gallery Fake, an ability that requires both hands means that it can't be used in conjunction with another ability. But the sun and moon can be used when another ability is bookmarked and the page is opened with the right hand. In other words, he can imprint the sun with just his left hand. When the copy vanishes, you may conclude that the Gallery Fake has been deactivated. Again, he never said you may conclude that the Gallery Fake is still in use while the copies remain. Everything so far is to confirm my understanding of Chrollo's explanations. Once again, Hisoka, you just gotta not think about it. Not think about it. Like me, I wasn't fooled. No, I was fooled. I was definitely fooled, Hisoka. And I didn't even think about it that much. Oh my god, we got... Okay, so... Instead of activate Gallery Fake, bookmark to close the book, create a crowd of copies, activate Order Stamp, command them to break Hisoka, the actual sequence is activate Gallery Fake, bookmark to close the book, create a crowd of copies, activate the sun and moon, impress the sun mark on the copies, deactivate either or both. A marked copy is protected by post-death intensified Nen and won't vanish. Activate Order Stamp and command them to break Hisoka. With the sun and moon as additional steps, the number of puppets should be fewer than my initial calculations, maybe 20 to 30 more. But if I take too long to find him, he'll make more puppets at a pace once every couple of seconds. Most of the audience is surprisingly stayed put. I can't tell if any of the people are taking care of each other are Chrollo. Those who think they're out of range are pretty calm. What now? Hisoka stands in the middle of the arena. He's looking for Chrollo, who disappeared. This is a very good point, Hisoka. This is a very good point. Most of the audience has surprisingly stayed put. Surprisingly. Now, I like to pose a rhetorical question here. Why do you go to the Heavens Arena? What is it for? Well, the biggest thing is for lodging, food, payment. What does Chrollo have right now? A whole damn lot of money. I think this audience is paid out. At this point, I think he paid the audience. I think this is every single aspect of this is planned. This whole thing is rigged against Hisoka. In 10 minutes or so, paramedics and security personnel will come pouring in. He has to finish this before then, or waiting puppets will be mistaken for the injured and be carried out. This next attack will be the real thing. He'll make explosive puppets with the sun and moon at maximum power and try to detonate them at close range. No matter how many there are, I can't let the puppets come in on me. Close in on me. And then we have this pretty cool panel, right? Hisoka looking majestic, looking out, finding where Chrollo is, and we see a stampede of puppets coming for him. Oh, even the announcer's like, please don't panic, a stampede will be very dangerous. He's sending the puppets on a rampage to confuse the crowd. Is he setting up something else in the chaos? Paramedics on security are on their way. Please stay in your seats. And then the headphones of the announcer get popped off. And we hear, oh my God, Chrollo takes the headphones and says, break Hisoka. Oh, sorry about that. I apologize for the biased statement during the broadcast. That's so cute. She apologized. I see. He attracted my attention with the brawl and used the PR system to speak to the entire audience. Efficiency giving a command to all the puppets and making it even easier to hide. So he was able to still hide, call all the puppets to break Hisoka. And here they all come. What's going on? What's going on? The crowd is forcing their way in. A lot more this time. And dude, what an awesome panel. It's just Hisoka here and seeing the whole crowd of people lying in wait. Oh my God. Oh my God, I saw that face. Oh, he is having the time of his life. Here he goes. Bungee gum from the fingers. Bungee gums people and then starts flailing them. All the puppets around. Oh my God. He is... Wow. He is having villain face right now. And just immediately... Basically, he grabbed a group of five puppets, basically spun them up into a bungee gum ball, and just starts wailing. He's got like a flail now. He's just... He's literally has a flail now. Incredible. Oh my God, no way. So Gashi giving us another double page spread. This looks so good. He's just like boom, 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 spinning it around, knocking all the puppets that are coming at him. What is this? A riot? Hundreds of audience members are rushing to attack Hisoka, and he's beating them with a human hammer. Smash, smash! Oh my God. This is insane. And then the basically, I think it's more like a flail, but sure, a hammer. A hammer, the hammer gets broken. I'm broken already. They're too fragile unless their whole thing is enveloped in aura. That gives me an idea. He doesn't say it gives me an idea, but I assume that gave him an idea. Bam, grabs a bunch of other puppets, and then, oh no, he doesn't have enough time yet. More puppets are getting close to him, attacking him. Okay. What a riot. Are they rushing Hisoka? Chrollo's controlling them, right? Whoa, a severed arm. Yes, right here. Now squat. Okay, so we have Chrollo in the audience just watching this go on. Says a command. So someone in here has the black voice. Okay. I may knock them back all day with the human hammer, but they still won't stop unless their heads are destroyed. We see a gunfire, right? We have the boom. Wait, no. The head that he's been holding on this entire time blew up and just tore off all of his fingers on his left hand. Now, I just watched the P-League, the women's tournament. I especially like professional players Terashi and Suri. Yes, strike! Masunaga's pose and her smile when she hits a strike makes my day. Chapter 356 called Unfortunate Part 1. Good. The hand. Basically, oh, well, not even his hand, just all his fingers are blown off. Oh, I see. That was when. And then another explosion occurs. That over there was the body. He kept track of which body that had belonged to when I severed it. He seemed to be reeling from getting hit, but it was to conceal the time it took to turn the body into maximum powder bomb. No one, you know what? Hey man, Phantom Troop, I see why you're always backing up your boy. He is the mastermind. Absolutely incredible. Dude, absolutely incredible. The body can't make itself explode. Also, I forget, he has Neon's ability, but he can't read Neon's ability. So how would it be that someone could read Neon's ability and also help him plan for this? There's got to be something. It must be. They must have used Neon's ability to at least have someone else like, hey, here's what's going to happen to me during this fight. I need you to start planning things to make sure, like, we kind of make this a reality for us to live, right? Something like that. I don't know. Either way, he seemed to be... Oh, no. The body can't make itself explode. He marked someone with the minus and manipulated him with the cell phone, making him touch the body's plus mark. The gum I kept on the ceiling for insurance is now gone. This is pretty bad. Okay. How it's unfortunate. I won't be able to make my time ruminating over your strategy. This is the real 11th hour. All right, Hisoka is locking in. Shriek. Bungie's another person. Looks like he's trying to pop off. Yep, he pops off their head. And basically, he's like, he's using this puppet's body almost like nunchucks, because he's like flipping it around his back. What? He's just flipping this like puppet body behind him, his back. My left hand won't be able to make precise Nen manipulations, but I still have my legs. Oh no, is he gonna get the toes out and start shooting bungees with his toes? He does bungee with his foot though. This is a cool panel. I love panels that have the characters and what they're doing just go across the different panels like that. It's just very creative. All right, he bungees to the ground, or sorry, he bungees to like the wall, and then we just see the whole pyramid of puppets like climbing on each other right after Hisoka. And here we have Hisoka kind of bunging them to the ground or something crazy like this. This is insane. All right, dude, what a freaking wild panel this is. Here Hisoka's like bungeeing on the wall, and then we just have this huge like mob of puppets all just climbing. Honestly, like I've never seen what's the movie called? World War Z? It's like the zombie movie. I've never seen the movie, but in the trailers there's this there's a shot in the trailer that I just remember of. I think they're on like a boat or a wall, but it's just the zombies. They just kind of built themselves a pyramid to get over something, and seeing these like mindless puppets do like just climb on top of each other to basically create these walls, these pyramids, these ladders for each other is like crazy. All right, find Hisoka, go to the second floor. When you do, and then we have more and more puppets showing up, getting ready. Self-destruct right next to him, and we see one puppet all just kind of looking over, I guess waiting to explode. Hisoka notices right behind him that people have leaped right at him, and then they all have their hands ready to clap for the explosion. Oh no. And then they clap. Explosion occurs. Hisoka seems to have survived because he is now, looks like he's falling in that bottom left panel. Oh my god. Wait, this is a double page. Oh my goodness. Okay, it is not a double page spread. Okay, so explosion. We see explosions happening off to the side there. And then Hisoka here flying. Like, basically, I think he sends himself off. He's like, pew, sends himself off. And then as he is flying, it looks like there are other puppets waiting to explode. On the ground, I fall prey to puppets. If I'm propelled to the opposite side, the puppets' bombs are waiting for me. Extend gum to the ceiling. And then leg gets ripped off. Well, fine then. My left leg. And then another puppet just gets rammed into him. We see in the back, it looks like Chrollo just like chucked a puppet at Hisoka. Oh my god. This is such a funny panel. He's just like picking up a guy and just throwing him. Hisoka, I must escape to the ceiling. And then he has his book out. Tries to bungee to the ceiling. Huh? Am I going to die? Hisoka is unable to reach the ceiling with his bungee gum. He is on the ground. We see the puppets all coming at him, all surrounding him. If I'm going to die anyway, then... Oh, no. He has a self-destruct? Oh, wow. Oh, this is cute. Chapter 357 called Unfortunate Part 2. We are a few blocks away from Heaven's Arena, where there was a large explosion moments ago. There's a slew of fire trucks and ambulances on site, and it looks like a war zone right now. And we have a bunch of ambulances, everyone running straight for it. We see just Heaven's Arena on fire. We see the destruction of what happened here. Oh my god. At the time of the explosion, there was a floor master battle with a members-only audience. One of the combatants is thought to have used a bomb. An investigation is taking place along with the rescue efforts. There were multiple casualties in this match, including Hisoka, one of the combatants. It will take time. It'll take some time before we know exactly what happened. Oh, he's alive. Okay, so they took him. Okay. He doesn't look as bad as I expected. About 200 puppets were swarming to decapitate him before the bomb puppets got there. They ended up having a cushioning effect. The cause of death seems to be suffocation from lack of oxygen due to both the blast and the mass of flesh. No. This is the most suspicious thing ever. This is no. This not happen. Okay, all right. He's not dead. Because here's the thing, right? Originally, I thought that Hisoka blew himself up, right? Because he was like, if I'm gonna die this way, I might as well. And then he like kind of curls up into a ball. And I thought, oh, he maybe had some self-destruct to like, if I blow up, I could also kill you in battle, right? But if what Saul is saying is like, actually, the explosions from the bomb puppets cushioned, the puppets that were trying to decapitate Hisoka and the bomb puppets that blew up, they had a cushioning effect, which is him implying that the explosion did not occur with Hisoka, inside Hisoka. And he's saying it's because of suffocation. I think it's bungee gum. He's suffocating himself with bungee gum. Now, how he's gonna free himself? Illumi? Maybe? I don't know. But this is definitely purposeful. This is definitely purposeful. If we're seeing the body, he's coming back. Not coming, Machi. We've confirmed his death. He paid me in advance, so I'll stitch him up before I go. She wouldn't accept money when he was fighting Chrollo, right? Well, Machi is a nice person after all. Go on ahead. All right? So she's closing Hisoka's eyes. There's a lot of damage around his neck. I'll clean your face up too. Thanks for helping to exorcise Chrollo. She's stitching him up. Hold on. We hear a psh. We see some aura flicking out. Yeah. Aura up here. Aura impossible. Hisoka's dead. How could there Nen that intensifies after death? Wait. Are we gonna get like Mummy Soka? Hold on a second. This was not what I was thinking about. Oh my god. And we hear, he did the JoJo thing. He's doing the JoJo thing. He's starting his own heart. Oh my god. Oh, this monster won't end. Oh my god. If I'm going to die anyways, then I might as well give it a try. I saw this in one of my favorite Japanese anime. Nen Gum, I beseech you. Oh my god. Chrollo gave him the idea. Spring to life after my death. Pump my heart, my lungs. Stroke me all over to revive me. Dude. If Chrollo wasn't yapping... If Chrollo didn't give that lecture, Hisoka would not have figured this out. That's crazy. I love this. He gets up, coughs up blood, and then... Hi, Machi. Was I actually dead just now? Yep, totally dead. I see. Dude, this is an insane face. If he doesn't fix himself up and looks like this from now on, creepy but incredible. Gee, fighting someone of Chrollo's caliber, it's difficult to win under the opponent's ideal conditions. Reality is harsh. If you learned your lesson, be sure to pick your battles next time. Sit down, I'll stitch you up. No, I'll be fine. With gum. Stop the bleeding. Take the parts blown off in the blast. Texture surprise. Recreating the missing flesh. Left hand. Rubber prosthesis. I used to know what this word was. Prosthetic. Cover with texture surprise flimsy lies. Same with the right arm, or same with the right leg. Seems fine, all healed. Damn. He just texture surprised himself. That's crazy. That's wild. And Machi's like, I see. Then you don't need me. I'm leaving. Machi, it's the reverse. I've decided not to pick my battles. Whatever. Do what you want. Not with the spiders. Wait a minute. I've decided not to pick my battles. Not with the spiders. Is he like, is he killing all the spiders? Is he like, I've seen you guys copying each other's abilities. I'm not even dealing with that. Yeah, immediately grabs Machi. Machi breaks free. Can you tell the other spiders from now on, I'll fight any of them on sight until I've killed them all. And we have this anger from Machi. The hell you will. I'll kill you right now. So that's a yes. Stop, get back here. Oh, and he has her bungeed up. Get this off me or I'll kill you. Taking my love for granted. Get it off yourself and stop me. Yo. These faces we have never seen from a character in Hunter x Hunter. The expression of anger is something we have, like this, we have not seen this ever. Anyone make this sort of face before. This has to be a part of her ability. I can't imagine this is Togashi just drawing Machi having a different angry face. Like this, I feel like this has to be a part of her ability in some way. So I'm gonna say that. Well, no, because we have seen some of her ability with the stitches, with like stitching things up. This is interesting. Huh. I'm so curious. This is like this face, this expression is very fascinating to me. Of course, the Phantom Trooper are going to be taking care of the princes. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yes. The Kakin royal family. They're inviting civilian passengers. The king and the princess are going to the new continent. They must have some substantial treasure. They'll be taking it on board. And we'll steal it. And we get a nice trip to boot. What about your cell phone? No antenna though? It's okay, I've no plan to use it for now. I'll give it to you on board. Okay, it's been a while since everyone got together. And then Cortopia is taking a dump. And then we have... First, I saw Hisoka. Did not see Hisoka holding Cortopia's head. Stall goes straight for Hisoka. And then sees Cortopia's head. I'm not gonna show an image. Actually, it's too gruesome. I'm not gonna show it. But it basically, Stall is holding Cortopia's head, and we just see their dead expression. I'm already tearing up, man. We see basically Stall kind of hung up, Cortopia's head on the floor, and then just ravens or crows like eating at them. Is this the end of the I mean, props to Hisoka. Props to Togashi for writing an incredible battle between Chrollo and Hisoka to the point where Hisoka got so close to death, where he realized that instead of picking my battles, I'm just going to kill all the spiders. And having Togashi do such a great job of not only showcasing, like, not only making you care about the Phantom Troop, but like over time getting us comfortable and us liking them. It's very fascinating. So this thing here, right? We're going to have to add, not only we're adding, okay, so this is the wild thing that's about to happen, right? So we're gonna have to have Hisoka, right? Sorry, no, let's do this. We would have to have the Phantom Troop, right? So we would have the Phantom Troop here. We would have the Phantom Troop have already declared that they want to kill Kurapika, right? So we already have that mess. We have Hisoka here, right? Hisoka wants to kill all the spiders here. So at this point, Kurapika and Hisoka are right now allied. At the same time, Kaluto is also a spider. Illumi would not like it if Hisoka killed his sister. But Hisoka is like pretty much like committed, right? You can't convince him out of it. So the whole character dynamics are being thrown out the window at this point. We were going to having a lot of episodes, or sorry, a lot of arrows going all throughout different characters. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I like the Phantom Troop a lot. But me getting like teary-eyed over it, I think is like, I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, I like Stull a lot. He's cool. He had the cool transformation ability. Oh no. Okay, I need to finish my train of thought because my mind just like is connecting a bunch of dots. He had a really cool transformation ability, but to see him like strung up like that, I think that's where that really hurt. Because I was like we didn't even get to see him fight. I mean, he doesn't have any abilities at this point, but the fact that he's like strung up like that is just so sad and heartbreaking. And the thing that got me freaked out is that Chrollo is immediately going to notice this because the ability is going to disappear. He's going to know. Trev says Machi's face reminds me somewhat of Gon crashing out at Pedo. That's such a good point. So it's definitely a thing where she was just like, this is her family, much like Gon and Kite. It's like, Kite is my family. To her, the troop is her family. And so to have anyone threaten them at all, and her knowing that Hisoka is capable of it, that's where she gets that rage from. Claus says, Chrollo and Hisoka's dynamic is so great. Hisoka defies fate, while Chrollo thinks of himself as a puppet of fate. That is such a, as Treb says, cook. Yeah, absolutely. Chapter 358 called Eve. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the day we've all been waiting for. The dawn of a new era with boundless prosperity for humanity. And we just have all 200, I assume these are all 200,000 people who are going to go on the whale boat. The journey to the new continent starts tomorrow. Let the party begin. How's it going, everyone? Are you ready to witness history? What you are about to experience is history. Yes, you are a part of history. You and you. Here we are. Let's hear it for the magnificent Juggernaut who made this modern day arc possible for our king. Nabutsu Huguro! And he's just like, yeah, I have one thing to say. I am the magnificent King of Kaking. The new continent is within our grasp. King. On stage 2, we have the General Supervisor Beyond and the princes, their heirs to the magnificent king, waiting to take their first step of this historic voyage. And we have all the children here. Wow, there they go. They're all waving like, wow, can't wait. Can't wait to all die. Yeah. Everyone is here tonight, but I wonder how many will still be around for tomorrow's ceremony. And we have Camilla looking around. No matter, I will win in the end. We have Spaceman. We have Terry with this. Terry's got his like whole neck out. Watch me, ignorant masses. I will be the one. And then we have I know these names. We have Tupa. Tupa says, I will be the next king. We have Tyson going, it's gotta be me. Luz saying, eh. And then we have Swink or Sail. And then we have, we have Kozu and starts with an F. I have all these names right here, you know. This is why I have these names here. We have Fugetsu and Kacho here. And then we have Mariam just like with his... Is this like an ant farm with them? He's like holding an ant farm like, hi guys. Hi. We have Wobble there. We got Mose. And we got Hulkenberg. The airship is carrying the king is lifting off to the Black Whale, and there it goes! Has there ever been a king who risked his own life to lead his people into uncharted lands? No, never! The magnificent king and the magnificent ship and touchdown! How magnificent! The airships carrying the princes and various VIPs are following one by one on the waters of the ferry. The general public are also setting sail for the Black Whale. Look at that! What a tremendous undertaking! What a cause for celebration! Enjoy the festivities, everyone! And we have people cheering all around Kakin. And then here, oh my god, we have a double page party spread. Oh my god. Here's our double page party spread. Look at everyone. Wow. Everyone in suits here looking around. Very, very cool. All right. Oh my god, we got a freaking map. Here we go. We got a map. The Black Whale is layered in 5 tiers. The first of which is the royal family, V5 politicians and industry dignitaries. The second is for celebrities and the rich. Third and below are zoned for general passengers. The throwaways between tiers are guarded by the Royal Army. The ship will be under martial law. The second and third tiers are separated by a thick bulkhead, which can be opened in emergencies from second tier sides. So, only tiers 1 and 2 are hunting grounds. Okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, it is the succession arc, right? They're not here to kill their own people. They're here to just kill themselves. All right. Exercise restraint on board. The real party begins after the disembarkation celebration in 2 months. Until then, we are guards, not soldiers. Okay. We will execute Operation Assault only if Prince Benjamin commands, but the circumstances must be exceptional. The prince's living quarters are strictly separated, and since their entire days takes place within them, contact between guards teams will be limited. All princes will attend dinner parties every Sunday, to which dignitaries are also invited. But they will enter and leave at prescribed times, and no prince will pass another in transit. So there is an opportunity for now, and perhaps for the entire time. And then we have Kurapika. This would be convenient for security purposes. We'll find a way to avoid the succession battle in the meantime. Is it possible to contact other queens and princes with the ship's phones? Lower ranking wives cannot call the higher wives, and the military manages the phone lines. The Royal Army is a neutral party to the succession battle, monitors the halls, they keep track of all times. Assassination would be impossible. I don't know what the king intends. There are plenty of loopholes in that situation. Considering the presence of Nen users, the possibilities are limitless. We must first get an idea of the enemy's capabilities and assess the balance of power. We currently only know the number of guards employed by each prince. Our resources are meager, even discounting the existence of Nen users. The Association Hunter guarding the areas outside the living quarters aren't only allies either. In fact, they could be dangerous. The examinees hired by Kakin must have been kept ignorant of the circumstances. That's how most Kakin guards eluded my chain. Their exams were most lenient than the team for the Dark Continent, since they would be associated members with limited license only for the voyage. It's coming back to haunt us. Outside the prince's living quarters on Tier 1, almost 150 provisional hunters will be roaming the halls with secret missions. That is insane. Instead of revising the bylaws, we took the moderate route of adding a clause under Article 2 for associated members. Rather than clarifying risks into black and white, I can't help feeling that this promoted considerable uncertainties and increased the probability of unpredicted events. Or is my particular situation with the succession battle and the need to seek contact with Terry making me hypersensitive? We get the phone call. Bring, bring.
Kurapika.
Maiza? What is it? I'm focused on tiers 3 and 4. The crime rate is far higher than expected. Ticket fraud, theft, racial conflicts, drunken brawls, identity thefts, assault, etc. Plus plenty of false reports. On top of it all, it's just a mess. People believe if someone commits a crime, their ticket will be invalidated, and someone from the waiting list gets to go in their place. Now, they are saying if you're the one who reports the crime of a ticket holder, you get their spot. Kakin's response hasn't been consistent. There could be a riot. Botobai and I are assisting the military to take command of private security. We won't be able to attend the Zodiac meetings before the departure.
We underestimated Kakin's sloppiness. The plans are meaningless. The medical teams are the worst. There are 3 clinics on Tier 3 and only 2 on Tier 4 and 5. There's not even a dedicated doctor for Tier 5. The number of clinics is a fifth of what was planned. Only 1/15 of the doctors came.
That's insane. On the other hand, 1 in 20 people in the upper tiers are doctors. Cheadle and had to go hire more and reorganize the staff. Sounds like and then Kirby is like,
sounds like the meeting itself will be canceled.
Maybe.
This might be my last call before we leave. Be careful.
I will. You know what? Yes, they did not plan for this because Kakin wasn't a great place in the first place, but that still sucks, dude. So I thought it would be just fine to have us fight in 1 and 2, but now we're going to have riots in 3, 4, and 5. Oh man, we might be able to use the chaos downstairs depending on timing. Queen Oto. We should confirm your emergency evacuation route so we're on the same page. Emergency? What else could possibly happen? If a fire or a riot breaks out, the gates between tiers 2 and 3 could be open. We might be able to sneak past the princes and the army and blend in with the public. Is that possible? We must prepare because we don't know what could happen. You should also learn where the blimp, lifeboats, and pods are and how to use them. Knowledge would vastly increase the probability of survival. When you must make a snap decision in a life or death situation, the difference between not knowing and knowing what's possible is huge. I mean, this is just general life advice that Kurapika's given us. Oh no. She's like shaking in fear. Your Majesty, are you alright? I had prepared myself to die on this ship. Now that I realize there may be hope, and she's like panicking now. Now she's like, I actually could live. Now I'm actually scared and worried. You should rest for a while. I will gather the necessary intel. Yes, thank you. Take the queen and the prince to their sleeping quarters. System control room. The baby's dead. That's crazy. Because when I see that black smoke, that to me, that's either they did the blood pact or that the Nen beast is out, or the guardian beast thing. Oh, and now we see Koratopi's face. Togashi. Oh my god. So this old lady is the one who's suspicious to me. This one here who's walking away. So either A, but she's not, it doesn't even look like she's holding the urn. It's either A, the baby got the urn, and that's why we're having the black smoke, or B, baby died. And now what Kurapika felt was the release of the guardian spirit beast. However it will manifest for this child. But we won't know until the next chapter. Here we go, chapter 359, Departure. Ooh, everyone is cheering. The boat, the giant whale ship is setting sail. The Black Whale 1 sets sail. Everyone is celebrating, cheering it a goodbye. Welcome passengers to the Black Whale has successfully left port. Now onwards to the vast ocean. We will spend the next 2 months sailing towards the Dark Continent. Dude, oh my god. She looks so much like the character from the creator of Ranma's character with like the leopard outfit on. She looks so much like her. In 3 weeks, we will exit humanity's normal navigational and fishing waters. Here we will refuel and perform a final check on our vessel. All right, and we see here we go from territorial water, refuel, to uncharted waters to the Dark Continent. The air will be more dangerous than the sea in these uncharted waters. Several severe storms, water spouts, and fluctuations in the weather, as well as flying creatures. Fighting for territories and struggling for survival make for the dangerous skies and will necessitate closing the top dome. I know it's too bad, and we're in the Tier 2 theater. Rocked by rough seas for 5 weeks, then we'll finally reach the Dark Continent. That's the official voyage for the goal for Kalkeen's royal family and general passengers. Ooh, we got big maps. So territory, Black Whale, new continent, staging base, far ocean boundary, into the dark waters to head to the Dark Continent. Cool. Hold on a second. Yeah, these look different. Yeah, different maps. Okay. Okay, we are at the Tier 3 cabin. We see a bunch of our familiars and some new. Here we transfer to Moral's ship and head for the gate where the gatekeeper waits. There's a small island on the way where we'll set up a staging base and Nav will oversee distribution of supplies and personnel. Tokurin handles the transport from the Dark Continent back to the base. My ability isn't as useful as Nav's. It does teleport and has a low capacity. I like that, like, our first introduction to this character is, I'm just not as good as Nav. You gotta find a couple more transporters ASAP. And then she's looking at Gal's like, oh, so thin and pretty. And Gal's like, I'm trying, but it's hard. And then Gal's like, oh, so cute. Oh, that's adorable. And then here we have Tier 1 Beyond's holding cell. He's just chilling. He's got a Coke next to him. He's just reading a book. He's like, all right, let's see what's on this book. We have Kanzai, Sacho, and Sayu here in front of his cell. Do we really need 3 people watching him? I think it's a personal waste. You leave, take away the weak link, and we'll be better off. Ha! Right back at you. And Sacho looking hoarsely. It would be, I don't know why that's not even a horse sound. It would be good to have multiple Zodiacs on tiers 1 and 2 for emergencies. 3 is too many to babysit Beyond when he has no motive to escape for now. We'll suggest a rotation to Amiza so that one of us can go support the Royal Army. Interesting. This guy is also coming aboard. I mean, I guess so, right? It's like, dude, this book is interesting. We're gonna go. Still reading? Didn't you memorize it? You guys should at least read the chapter on the Labyrinth City. If I die, one of you will be the deputy secretary, you know? Yeah, right. You'll be the last one to die. The Hunter Association is protecting us. We'll be fine. Not to mention the current international permit agency director is one of the unofficial sole survivors. Oh, that's a pretty big thing to say now? Okay. You're going to be the living witness to beyond success. You're safe. The director said the same thing. It's a free ride straight to a promotion. Don't worry. Remember us on your way up. And then here we're at the medical Leorio, Tier 3 Central Medical Clinic. The 200 tablet boxes of antihistamines go to the shelf C top, and the 150 tablet boxes of Tipindol go to the shelf C bottom. I need some help over here. Got it. Got it. Request for soldiers at the pharmacy. There's a rash of patients breaking out in a fight. Stick the labels on the restock once a row is used up. Make sure the staff keep track of supplies. We are at the Tier 4 Kakin Royal Army Conference Room. And we have Maiza giving his lecture. Tier 3 Central Courthouse. And Botobai there. being that's funny. He's so large. And then Kurapika. It's Woody. Uh-oh. Paps. This is the Paps. Look at this. This Pap behavior. This is Pap behavior. Because he looks like a tall Pap. He doesn't look like a small Pap yet, but he looks like a tall Pap. His blood has been drained from his body. He didn't even check in, so I looked and found him like this. It wasn't locked, but I never locked the doors if I'm taking a whiz. Time of death is between 12:15 and 12:30. There's no evidence of an intruder. No, unfortunately, the suspect is someone in this section. Not necessarily. He has holes very similar to the Phantom Troop guy, but probably not for whistling. That's not for sure. It's reasonable to assume this was a Nen attack. I want everyone to answer honestly. It's likely this was done by an outsider with Nen abilities. If any of you can use Nen, step forward. Nen? Is that a psychic power? I've never heard of such a thing. This wasn't some strange creature? Things are worse than I thought. It's too risky to use my chain right here. I can understand the Royal Guard's feigning ignorance, but I don't understand the Hunters. If they would just take the initiative and show a cooperative attitude, the Royals would act differently. It's almost time to fetch the two ceremonial halls. Hand the body over to the army. From now on, always be in a group. Why didn't you come forward? Nen is the biggest secret of the association, but you can see how the situation supersedes that. We can't get through this without adaptability. I'd like to answer. Why did he even bring up the topic of Nen? What? Our mission is limited to protecting the Queen and the Prince. Yeah, this is the Kakin's army in internal conflict, right? Don't tell me. If someone in the military could use Nen, stepping forward would have the opposite effect. It would be declaring our intent to interfering with the infighting. Focus on your own mission, and they won't bother us. They don't know about the succession battle. Didn't you apply for the Kaking official website? Oh, of course. Then didn't you see the Queen? The interview? We were exempt. Unlike you, we contacted Kakin right after the voyage was announced. The application was only to formalize it. We know more about the royal family, the military, and their situation than you. The Queen seems to like you, but try to be more discreet. They went through Rat. He didn't tell them about the succession battle, or Rat doesn't know. I'm the only one who applied knowing the circumstances. This would be Rat behavior to like not give you all the information and to just make this stuff more and more of a mess. Tier 1 ceremonial hall. And then we have the guy who was holding the vase originally, or sorry, the urn. Queen Otto, it's time to retire. All right. And we have Benjamin here. Everyone here was the ceremony, so it'll be a 14-way battle royale. We may have been monitored by the king and the royal army, but it's an act of folly to reach past me, the first prince for the crown. They must be put to death. If you end up killing by another prince, consider yourself lucky. Whoa. The way his aura is like drawn or painted. Death by my hands won't be so simple. And we have the king there on the boat, everyone going to celebrate the king, and we have Benjamin and Terry giving each other looks. And everyone's looking at each other, okay? Lady Kacho, it is time to retire. Yes, let's go, Fufu, my lady. Only one may go at a time. She's just going to see me off from the passage. That's right. We like to have a private word sometimes. I know, right? They get along so well. Maybe we'll have co-rulers. And we're in this... Oh, okay, this is like a security checkpoint. All right. First I thought it was like almost like they created like a box here. No, it's a... Well, they did create a box, but it's like a security checkpoint. It's not like a Nen ability. Cameras looking at them. We have Kacho giving a weird look. Fugetsu, say, Caddy, about the succession battle. And then Kacho is, don't get too cozy, you idiot. Listen up. We'll work together to kill the others. If we're the last remaining two, I'll convince Daddy to let you live. Tell your guards to work together with mine. Got it? Now smile, dimwit. We're on camera. Kacho, more like bad, yo. There we go. Perfect. Fugetsu, poor Fugetsu. See you, Fufu, promise. I heard that. Scary. Oh, Melody. Melody, I forgot. Melody's with Kacho. I heard that. Scary. Tell Daddy to get rid of that old fart from the RG Foundation. He looks at me with those lecherous eyes, and it's gross. He's like, yes, ma'am. She's fooling herself. Interesting. Oh my god. More people are falling apart. Are slowly like dehydrating. What happened? We don't know. We were cooking and unpacking, then checked in 15 minutes ago. I didn't see them, but then we reported no problems. Who saw them last? And then gun out, chains out. Get behind me. You go to the living room. I will tell you everything I know, and I will ask you some questions. If you lie, the chain will move. If it moves, I will shoot. Damn. Oh my god. I also love this panel here. With the gun and the chains? I debated whether it should be moon and sun or sun and moon. I shouted it in my mind and decided sun and moon sounded better. Sun and moon! I would agree though. Sun and moon is does sound better. With chapter 360, Parasite. The prince killing each other? I can't believe it. That's just not normal. It's a fact. Why would the royal army dispose of the bodies without autopsies? What proof do you have? That your chain is for real? Try me. Did you know about this? Did you know about this succession battle? Not at all. If I know. Why, before we left, I'm just the queen's. One at a time. A simple yes or no first. Pointing it at everyone. Guy says, I knew it. Me too. No, I didn't know. Neither did I. You two. Are you on Prince Wobble's side? I'm not an ally. No, not quite. Shoot them. Hold on. Shoot them right now. Let me explain. Queen Oto, please remain calm. Queen Oto, you must listen to me. Their information is vital for our survival. We can shoot them if they refuse to cooperate. The 5 dead, were they also not on the Prince Wobble side? No, they each served someone else. Each. Prince Wobble had 7 guards assigned by the royal household. Why do you think there were 7? It's the number of queens besides Queen Oto. Yes. The queens are using the guards as informants to find out if the lower queens and princes are plotting a rebellion. The number of guards increase whether another wife is added, but a lower queen is not allowed to spy on a higher queen and prince. Wow! That is crazy! Oh my goodness. So, a lower queen gets a true guard only when there is a new queen lower in rank than she. Queen Oto, the lowest, hasn't even had the system explained to her yet. she's like, she's so low that she doesn't even get this system. And so we kind of see the breakdown. Our job is in fact to protect Prince Wobble, as long as it doesn't threaten the safety of our client and her prince. Get it? The succession battle changed everything. Now the very existence of the other princes is a threat. Did your client order you to assassinate Prince Wobble? No. Even the queen would be thrown into prison if she issued such an order. The succession battle doesn't mean the laws go out the window. Didn't the king allow all this? There won't be any acquittal or pardon for murdering a prince. That's why we're doubtful until someone died. We thought this was a drastic measure taken to mollify the vicious relationship between the queens and princes. That's the point, was for the princes to come to understand the difficulties and risks of actually plotting assassinations. That's how serious a crime it would be. We thought it was unrealistic. But seeing that body and hearing about Nen, now we know the battle has begun. It just won't be carried out by us or private soldiers, but the princes themselves. What are you saying? Didn't she take the seed urn ceremony? That must have been the ceremony to bestow Nen abilities. That was just an old tradition. Please, calm down. Kirby's like, please, I need to get information here. If it is true, it's natural to think young Prince Wobble's Nen ability is driven by an instinct for self-preservation. So that's his ability. She's sensing your anxiety as danger. We caused that anxiety, so it's likely for her to automatically attack us. You must calm down as much as you can. That's the plausible theory we have, but we still can't determine if the attacker is friend or foe. It could be that Prince Wobble did it in self-defense, sensing a guard's decision to take matters into their own hands. Or it could have been another prince targeting the youngest and weakest prince by destroying her inner circle. Questions remain regarding her mastery process. Nen is usually acquired over a long time. When was the ceremony? A little over a month ago? True, it hasn't been long enough for that theory to work. This can't be done by someone who just learned Nen. Well, it's not impossible, but it is parasitic. Parasitic? Yeah, that would explain the ceremony. And then we have this creepy panel of Kurapika noticing something off to the side, and then we see some eye peering out of this guy's head. Say, can you see that? Oh, quiet. We don't know what it will react to. And we see these little guys crawling on them. You can't see it? What do you see? Can you see it, Your Majesty? What? I don't see anything. All right, get behind me. Hey, for real? All right. What the heck? And then the bear's like, got a minute? Hey guys, got a minute? Succession, am I right? No, I just don't. Oh, up there. And we just see more creepy creatures. This is quite. Now that the succession battle has begun, they may have come to gauge each other's strengths, but it's too chaotic and wide open. It doesn't seem like anyone's controlling them. The seed ceremony. So are these the worm toxins? What the heck is going on? Emergency, using all channels. This is Kurapika. Multiple unconfirmed Nen beasts have appeared in section 14. What's going on in your section's, Melody? Report. This is Melody. Section 10 is all clear. Biscuit here. Nen beasts confirmed. Section 13 is now clear. What do you mean now? Yeah. I wish I was saying the same thing. I was like, what do you mean now clear? Did you just kill them? Does that mean Prince Miriam's Nen beasts are here? Biscuit, is your prince all right? All clear. Never looked better. He's totally unaware. And yours? Unaware. The princes themselves don't know about the Nens, about the ability they've gained in the ceremony. They're going to kill each other without being aware of them. But that doesn't make any sense. If they gained Nen, they should at least be able to see the Nen beast. Biscuit, are the association members the only ones who can see them? Yes, guards, servants, and the prince himself cannot. The Nen is parasitic. Your Majesty, this way. Bill. Is a parasitic ability similar to a curse? Yes. It uses the host's aura to fuel the ability, and many are conjurations based. The host is left unaware and can't control them. They can protect or somehow attack the host. Okay, I wasn't entirely wrong with my assumption of the way this works. The only thing I was wrong about was that this does not activate upon death. That is not what this happens. It activates upon the ceremony itself. And so now, what I mentioned in the last volume, where are we just going to have a ship full of 14 Nen beasts? You bet we are, but it seems like we have a lot more. So I'm not. And also, these gotta be all like the children that we're seeing so far, right? This can't, like, this gotta be the children that we're seeing. Because, like, how is it that the king has this like creepy monstrosity of like the multiple boobed creature, right? This thing here. But what we're seeing look like very cute, harmless things. So I'm like, we have not gotten to see the adults and what their Nen beasts look like. These have to be all the children. Okay. Where did we last leave off? Okay, we last left off on the top part. So about, is this a parasitic ability similar to a curse? Yes, it uses the host aura to fuel the ability, and many are conjuration based. The host is left unaware and can't control. Or can protect or sometimes attack the host. So the host not using Nen isn't an issue. It works better that way. When they drain aura, the host only feels it and unexplained fatigue. This is more dangerous than you've imagined. Let me know if you want out. A hunter will be sent to tier 2 security. It won't affect your true mission. Like I told you before, our job is to guard the prince and queen. Increased danger is no reason to resign. In fact, our situation has changed with this worsening crisis. We will need to exchange information to better protect them. They're finally gone. Nen beasts are so nasty. Then, let me know when you're free, okay? Okay? What is this thing? So, our real mission is to explore the Dark Continent with Beyond. But we won't use that as a reason to neglect this mission. Oh, here are the temp hunters showing up. Okay. Okay, these are rat temp hunters, and they are here to help Beyond. Okay, all right. Your situation is problematic. Approaching. Oh, okay. So, they're okay. It makes sense, right? They're being very open with each other. Also, because Bill has gotten an actual name, he's gonna get added to the chart. So let's get a good face for him. Bill, you're gonna be added to the chart, buddy. Okay, your situation is problematic. Approaching the 4th Prince Terry is dangerous and clearly incompatible with this mission. I have the Queen's consent. Safety is my utmost concern, of course. That won't help to establish trust with you. I'd have to refuse to form a team with you. Their safety must be their priority. Then I ask, what does safety mean to you? If it is only to guarantee safety while on board, per your contract, your understanding is too narrow. Isn't there true safety to wholly escape from the threats of the succession battle? And then this guy, Bill's like, we can make that possible. There are currently 3 ways. Your Majesty, please consider that there are many options. And then we hear screaming, stay with me, Your Majesty, and we see the two guys who are tied up dead. Get back. What happened? He took the knife and he... Sire, why did you... I was freed. I was asked to. Don't move. Bill pulls out the gun. But it asked me to. Stop or I'll shoot. Wait, I want him alive. You can't stop a hunter with a .22 caliber pistol. Look after the queen. I will stop him. And we have this guy lunging for Kurapika. Volume 34, Battle to the Death End. Absolutely incredible. What a freaking good volume. Man, bravo. Bravo. Having this volume open up with the Hisoka versus Chrollo fight. Seeing how powerful Chrollo is, seeing Hisoka not only lose, but then change up what he wants to do, which is to kill all the spiders. Then we cut over to what's happening over on the Black Whale and realizing that, oh my God, things are way more chaotic than originally I even thought of. Let's add some notes here for our review. They kind of hinted that these, or not hinted, but like, I think it was Kurapika who said that we're talking, like, these are multiple Nen users, right? These are multiple Prince abilities. How fascinating. So the dragon, the bear, there's like the little stick guys. Oh, you know what? I'm going to say this here. This is Miriam's ability. 100%. We saw Miriam in this volume holding like a box that you would put insects in. And if I hold on, what is his actual image here? It's of hamsters. Wait, maybe this is all his ability. This could just be a giant hamster. Interesting. So it definitely could be Miriam. And it was, wait, who was in charge of Miriam? Biscuit was in charge of Miriam, and Biscuit was like, yeah, I saw Nen Beast. It's all good now. What do you mean? What do you mean it's all good? Yeah, it's all good. We handled it. So she did something. She definitely did something, that's for sure. We'll add it to my to-do list so that next time I show up on stream, we got this. So we are adding Nen Beasts. All right, so Nen Beats. Yes, we have the map of the ship. Good point. Okay, what I really love about the map of the ship so much is it like, this just reminds me of a video game or something, you know, or some sort of heist movie or something where we're seeing all the different levels. These are all the things that are happening, because we know that if you're showing us all 5 levels are going to have some play at some point. So it's gonna be very interesting. I also like that they introduced, like, hey, there's gonna be a lot of chaos and a lot of riots and crazy things happening, which is very, very important to know. We'll also definitely will need to add the Phantom Troop in this. The Phantom Troop have a huge play, because not only do we have the Kurapika v Chrollo, right? We also have the Hisoka v Phantom Troop. We also have to put in the Illumi v Hisoka, because Kaluto is a spider. We also have to add in the Kurapika cross Hisoka, because they are both aligned. At this moment, they could both be aligned. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. I already added a map of the ship. Bill, yes. So we need the Kurapika's, I'm just gonna call it the quarter 14 team. So Bill and then etc. Because I'm like writing these things as though I haven't explained them. So the reason why I do Kurapika versus Chrollo is that we know, actually, technically it's Phantom Troop. Because what we know so far is that the Phantom Troop are like, we are going to kill Kurapika the next time we see him once Chrollo is safe, right? Chrollo is safe now. He's Gucci. And now that they're coming aboard the ship, they're going to cross paths. So that is already like frightening, especially now that I've seen what Chrollo's abilities are. And the fact that we've seen him do puppeting and that there are so many people here. Oh my God. We also have the Hisoka v Phantom Troop because Hisoka wants to kill all the spiders. And so Hisoka's going to be aboard this ship for sure. We have the Illumi versus Hisoka because, hey, who's a spider? Kabuto's a spider. So we're definitely going to get that fight. Though I don't think Illumi is on the ship. But he probably could be. At this point, look, the Zoldyck family is open for business. I'm sure one of the princes was like, hey man, can you just kill my bro? And they're like, as you wish. Pay up front. Perfect, thank you. And then they go kill. And then Kurapika X Hisoka because they're like, I don't know. I really don't know if, actually, you know what? Let's do this as a theory. This is a theory. I don't know this for sure. But we've already had this established moment of them in York New of how they basically allied on what they want to do. And like, hey, handshake, we will ally ourselves with each other. Now we are back into another situation where Kurapika and Hisoka are also on the same side. So if Hisoka does end up boarding this train, we could potentially get them to go handshake. Everything is all good. Everything is all Gucci. Quarter 14 team. Bill seems pretty cool. He's gotten his own name. So we're definitely going to add him to the list because this Kurapika section, I kept this empty for a reason. Because I knew this was going to be filled out. He's a busy boy. Anything happening with the Zodiacs? At this point, nothing too concerning. I think the only thing that gave me concern, and I think I'll write this down, is that we have, let me pull up the laser. We have Kanzai, Sayu, and Sacho watching over Beyond. Sacho has said that Beyond is like not worth kind of looking over, or like there shouldn't be three of us doing that, and mentions changing out Maiza as like a swap. Now I don't know if it's intentionally a swap as in protecting like Beyond or what, but very particular set of characters to be talking about. So curious how this will all kind of unfold. So I should probably add that here of the protection squad. Oh, definitely. Definitely. The cause of death. I want to talk about this one. The cause of death for the quarter 14 guards. This one I'm also very curious, a little curious about, because here I'm like we saw them with like holes in them. And for me, I was thinking that was Poppy, right? Because they were like dehydrated like a pap, right? Like what paps would do. But they did have a bunch of holes in them. Like these are the paps. And the paps are like draining the humans here. So I'm like, what if there was a pap there? But you don't see any holes in here. There's like no holes. They said that it could be the baby in self-defense with their Nen ability. We haven't seen that yet. We have been told that, but we really haven't seen that. It's also very scary how they were talking about the baby, like, it has this Nen ability. It doesn't really know how to control it. And technically the Nen beasts kind of have a mind of their own where like they'll protect the host, but at the same time they might attack the host. Like it's very, very worrisome. The very interesting thing is that Zodiacs, I'm spelling Zodiacs wrong, will make contact with Moral ship and then attempt to make contact with the gatekeeper. They are going to the gate. So we do know that the Zodiacs are going to be making contact with the gatekeeper once they hit the new continent. So that will be very fascinating to see how that all unfolds. I'm looking at my other pictures to see what else we missed. Because look, the Chrollo versus Hisoka fight was absolutely incredible. Learning about how intelligent Chrollo is awesome. It's just unfortunate that all that fight led to a very depressing moment about the Phantom Troop. And it's like, oh no, man, I don't want any of this. Oh, they suffered enough. So I'm very curious how this is all going to turn. It's sad that we actually don't get to see Chrollo's reaction yet of the death of Cortopi and Stahl. So I'm like, it's gonna be depressing to see that in the next, because technically Unove, he died and Chrollo was hurt, but not in a way that like made him depressed. But it's still, I think to Chrollo, he doesn't outwardly show his expressions or his feelings, but like he does still consider them family. So I'm really curious how this will all kind of turn out. And Treb says, also saying the last page of the volume has a fun bonus page. Wait, there's more? The Chrollo versus Hisoka. There were several things I wanted to do with this battle. First and foremost, the fight itself. I love stories where the enemies of the protagonists fight each other. One of the most exciting ones was when Tosomaru High School played Benkei High School in the baseball manga Dokaben. I really wanted to do that kind of thing in my manga. I took care to let both of them show their manhood and also portray a clear decision outcome while fun. A tough thing to do, the other thing I wanted to do, was to have someone say, I'll win 100% and then really do it. The guy who says something like that generally loses one referred to the attitude espoused by the swordsman Kogane Iwatomoto. Shiguri is awesome. What I wanted to do most was to have him kill someone in the troop. I knew how the story was going to work out, but I hadn't decided who Hisoka would kill at the end. Hisoka wanted to kill Machi, then and there, but I vetoed it. I love that. Togashi was like, he wanted to kill her, but like, I just can't have it. Okay, not here. To lead into the voyage arc, I needed a messenger to deliver the news to the other troop members. He killed Cortopi and Stahl as part of his post-mortem analysis of his performance in the fight, as well as for revenge. And I also wanted to show how serious Hisoka was through his cold and calculating judgment. Is reducing Chrollo's roster of abilities is my excuse after the fact. It was my hunch that letting Machi stick around would make it more interesting later on. This came up in my joint interview with Kishimoto. Kishimoto Naruto? Is he referring to like the Naruto mangaka or someone else? But I have a blueprint in my head when I'm writing the story, meaning I can put everything in words, and upon actual thinking things through, I often come to the conclusion that following the blueprint is indeed the interesting path. But when the distant future is still murky, who you choose to save or let go relies solely on intuition. I hope I don't come to regret it. Wow, that's fascinating. What an awesome... When did he write this? because I forgot to mention this, but it was really cool to have Togashi talk about like his adventures with the card game, like the trading cards, him going on like the adventures to Egypt and all these things. And then all of a sudden, all of that talk at the end of the volumes just stopped. And I'm like, those were some of my favorite, because it gave us insight into what he's going to be writing in the future and insight into what he likes to do and his passions. So I really love stuff like this. Maybe after I'll have to look at all the things he wrote, interviews, commentary, and all this other stuff, because this stuff is absolutely fascinating. But hey, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch me react to Hunter x Hunter Volume 34. By the next time you see this stream, I will have completed this to-do list right here. I'll have completed this to-do list, and we can go over it during the next stream. But basically, we talked about, like, to be fair, we talked about all of this stuff here in the review. So now I have to just put it into action and make sure you all can see this on the board here. On YouTube, I will make sure to allow you to view this thing as like an image, so you guys can all watch, like, see the progress, because volume 33 will have an image, volume 34 you'll have another image, so that you can see over time how much bigger and bigger this chart is going to get. We're saving these per volume, so you definitely want to take a look at that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Either way, thank you all so much for taking time. Oh my god, what if like Hisoka's one of the bodyguards for one of the princes? Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Until next time, goodbye now. Bye.